It is always best practice to, when you don't know what to say nothing. Also, with that message, CC the idea that you never know what people are going through. When I was working at a restaurant, I was a hostess and I was cleaning the restrooms as we do. Yes, in between, the hostesses go in to check and make sure that the bathrooms are still suitable for the customer at any fine dining establishment. And so went to do that, and it was a young lady who walked in there. She was like, "Oh my God, I love your outfit." And I said, "Thank you so much." And it literally had like brightened up my night as I was working my ass off that night. It was the holidays, you know how that rush go in a restaurant. Matter of fact, it was a Friday night actually. And she was like, "I really love your outfit." And as I guess she looked back to see me wiping off the countertop. She was like, "Wait, you work here?" And I said, "Yes." And she was like, "Are you at least a manager?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. Not yet." You know, like trying to make light of the situation, trying to make light out of the fact that she just disrespected the fuck out of me. So I was like, "No, not yet, not yet." And she was like, "Oh, girl, you work harder every day, you know, every day." And I mean that in the best way possible. Every day, work harder, strive to be better, be better. You need to be better. I said, "Okay, thank you, good night." I had taken that job because my dad had just been diagnosed with cancer, and there was no way that I was going to be able to still teach English to high school kids if I had to bring my dad to all of these appointments. I actually had to be his caretaker. And it was one of the hardest transitions, also the hardest. Like, the job itself wasn't hard, I really really loved it, but that season was just so rough for me. And it was all I could do, honestly, to be at work doing something that took my mind off of being a caretaker for my father. And the girl was like, "You need to do better." Ooh, I still think about that. I don't work there anymore. Things are vastly different than what they used to be, but I still think about that. You never know what people are going through. Also, a job is 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 a job. And a job would not be a job if there were not someone to work that job. You know what I mean? Or else it would not be a job. Let people work their jobs.